About the debt ceiling? Yeah.
Yes, we're outside today supporting the establishment of a fiscal commission.
Okay.
But just in general, I mean, what do you think all of this debt means to young people, and what do you think the Senate can really do to get spending under control?
Well, since I've been in the U.S. Senate, I've been fighting all these spending increases. Republicans, I don't believe we're responsible from a fiscal standpoint. Spending was increasing too fast. Now the Democrats are in control, and they've taken it to a whole new level. It's critical for the future of our country, for not only young people, but people who are around today, because the debt is increasing so fast. The interest on the debt is going to wipe out, a lot of priorities that we have. By the end of the Obama administration, the interest on the debt that we'll be paying could be close to $800 billion. Well, that's bigger than what we spend on Department of Defense. There's so many priorities that are going to be taken out because the interest on the debt. Taxes are going to have to go up. Other programs are going to have to be cut. So, we have to get spending under control. And that's why I've been offering amendment after amendment to actually, freeze spending, to last year's level. At least if we do that, we can start getting ahead of this game. And we should not only be trying to balance our budgets, but we actually should be trying to pay down some of this debt, because $12 trillion in debt today is too much money.
And what would you say to sort of younger Americans, people who are in college, people who are just working, who are facing this situation of looking at, well, in the future, what if my taxes could be 50%, and we're going to be paying $800 billion a year just in interest? What do you say to them when they're kind of staring down the barrel of the gun, and they feel like, we're out here today, there's like 3 people, we can barely get anyone to talk to us,
right? And
it seems like, I think in the past, I don't know how many years the Senate's voted 75 times to raise the debt limit. I mean, what do you say to our generation who really, it's almost we feel powerless, and we're going to be stuck with this tab, and it seems like no one really takes us serious?
I go to speak to high schools all the time for exactly this reason. Young people need to be involved in the political process. They need to vote in much higher numbers. If young people don't make their voices heard, and to say to politicians, you keep running up this debt and we're going to throw you out of office. Basically, we get the kind of government we deserve in America. So if young people aren't involved, they're partly responsible for this. So they need to be turning out at the polls, they need to be running for office, they need to be involved in political campaigns across the board, so that we own our government, so the people own the government, not just the politicians.
Yeah, but when you say partly responsible, it's like a lot of these people, especially if you're just turned 18
Sure.
or you're in high school, you're not really aware of what's going on. I mean, I'm 27, and I wasn't aware of what's going on until a couple years ago. And so, what about the responsibility of Congress and the government?
Ultimately, we're responsible. What I'm saying is, I want to see young people take their responsibility as well, and to hold us accountable, to hold those of us who are in elected office accountable for this debt. Too many people in America are letting politicians run this debt up without holding them accountable. The American people are starting to wake up. Actually, you saw part of that in Massachusetts yesterday. This is America finally waking up, and I'm actually excited because it's the most political fervor that I've seen from the American people since I've been in office since 1994. So I'm excited about what's happening in America, and young people need to be part of that fervor that gets out and becomes politically active. Listen, I got to go vote. Okay, take care.